Right, here we are, another episode of the Powerful Lives podcast, here with none other than Gordon Hill, aka the Wealdstone Raider.
Thank you for inviting me.
Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you.
Thank you both, yeah.
All good. But obviously we'd like to have a recap first of all on your life in general, sort of where you grew up and the story so far, and then we'd like to get into talk about what you've been up to the last few years and go from there, mate.
Well, first of all, I don't think I've ever grown up. I'm still a young baby at heart, 58-year-old baby.
58-year-old young.
Yeah, just started the same as him. I was born premature. I had a blood disorder, so I spent about the first 9 months to a year in Great Ormond Street Hospital. When they released me, I lived in Wealdstone all my life. So yeah, that's about basically. Went to school, normal child, or not a normal child. I was bullied when I was young because of the way I look and the way I speak. But character building has made me the person that I am.
Nice. Obviously, you grew to fame for a certain video.
Yeah, you know something. I never wanted to do it in a football match in the first place, but.
Yeah, how did that come about? Because obviously I know the story behind it, but people might not be familiar with it. So we're just kind of, tell us how that come about, and how that started out.
What it was a lovely sunny May day, and my team Wealdstone were playing in Brighton. So my mate phoned me up about 8 o'clock in the morning. Do you fancy going to the football? Yeah, we do. So we've hit the source early. Went to Clapham, hit the source, went to the match. I was at the bar. The bar was quite tiny. I brought me and my mate a drink, and as I've turned around, this bloke intensely bumped into me, knocked one of my beers over, and I made a comment, "Oh, thanks, mate, that's all I need." I got to queue up another 15 minutes for a beer. Got the beer, walked out. These two dickheads, sorry.
No, you're fine, mate.
These two idiots followed me out with someone with a... He didn't have a mobile phone, he had a proper camera. Following me for about 20 minutes, half hour, basically holding me, taking the mickey out the way I speak and the way I looked. And in the end, I just had enough. So I gave him a bit of abuse back. What I didn't realise, I was being filmed, and they put it on YouTube. And first of all, that was the Saturday. Sunday morning, one of my mates phoned me up. They said, "Do you know you're on YouTube?" At the time, I didn't even know YouTube existed. It was only just like the start. This was about, it'll be 11 years in May.
Wow. So, I was just going to say, how long ago was it? Is that what it is? Yeah. Coming up 11 years.
Yeah. And that was when basically YouTube was in its infancy. And I never heard of it. So I checked it out, and I see myself try to hide underneath the city and wish it never happened, but you can't turn back the clock. So started off about 1,000 views, and I was watching it, and I said, I think it went to about 5,000. Then it stopped there. Nothing else happened. So I thought, yeah, I've got away with this. And then, right, and it just suddenly all the memes and little videos came out. And it just propelled it. It just went, it went from about 5,000 to 1 million overnight. And then I was looking on Facebook. It was just everything on Facebook seemed to be about me. Then the newspapers, and then I just thought, I want to hide. But no, it just continued. And then I spoke to, I think one of the newspapers, the Mirror, started just before Christmas, started a campaign about me doing a charity single. First of all, I just thought it was a bit of fun. Just nothing's going to happen about it. And my manager at the time was a bloke called Paul Rumans, and we went to a music place called Insanity.
How did you end up with a manager? Because obviously I'm guessing you didn't have a manager originally.
He's a good guy, that Paul, by the way. Good guy.
He was the president of Wealdstone Football Club. And he called me in one day and he said to me, "Listen, everybody's making money out of this, apart from you." And I went, "No, I'm not really interested, Paul. The sooner it runs out, the better." So anyway, it just carried on. And then, as we said, November came up and there was thought about a Christmas single. And there was one out there, and it was nothing to do with me, and I didn't really like it. And anyway, we went to the insanity group, and it just so happens a decent friend of mine, I tell you what, the man is amazing, and he'll hate me for saying it. His name's Majestic. He happened to phone up, he had the same manager, and we started talking on the phone about a Christmas single, and Majestic said, right, come down to the studio, we'll see what we can do. So we went down to the studio, and within a couple of hours, Majestic wrote something, sat down, recorded it, and it started going out there. And the newspapers got hold of it. And I don't know if that was Insanity or Majestic, and it just propelled it. And I tell you what, I did not say enough words about Majestic. I tell you what, that man is a friend for life. Tim knows him, and I tell you what, that man would do anything for anyone. What a top man.
Nice. Yeah, I don't know Majestic, but he's good friends with a friend of mine, Ross.
Oh, right.
He talks highly.
Yeah, I think Majestic's good friends with anyone, mate. I tell you what, if you ever need help, he'll be a straight person there, mate. Great, mate.
Talking about the single, do you remember? Because I had spoken to Paul, got in touch with you, and you came down and done a gig at my pub. Well, an appearance at my pub, my old pub, and ended up getting a warning from the police. Because we shut the whole of Ware High Street down. There was the police pulled up and they said, look, you know, what's going on here? Because from your pub, it was the old Victoria on Star Street. They're queuing up all the way past there, past the bathroom centre, all the way past, and they're going back up to the hill. And it was like, there's just a queue to get in the pub. What's going on?
Right.
That was for you, Jim. That has nothing to do with me, mate.
It was quality. It was good fun.
They heard Ray Winston was in there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I wondered what you remind me of.
But yeah, so I mean, obviously you went everywhere. It was crazy.
Yeah, but the best pub, that was one of the best gigs I ever went to. And you know, I don't often do follow-ups, but this man, Jim, I'm glad to say he's a friend of mine, and the things he says about me, I'm delighted to be part of the family. What an amazing man you are, Jim.
Oh, well, bless you. You too. You know, I never told
him
to
say
that.
He speaks it.
You caught me there, mate.
First time ever
Bless
I've
you.
known Jim to be
Do you want to give him the money now?
Yeah, I've got a Cadbury's cream egg for you, mate.
It's all right, I'm in a diet and only do one at a time.
Superb.
He's still going on now. You know, like you're still. I see you everywhere. It's crazy. Like, will it die down? Has it died down?
It's died down a bit, but I've got more charity involved now. I still love my charities. I'm a patron for a charity called Life for Ted Foundation. It's based in Hull. It's run by a bloke called Dean Hoddard. And I tell you what, this man must work 18 hours a day. He takes a minimum wage, and he does everything. He is such a brilliant person. And I'd done a couple of events for him. And then one day I was really, really, really down. We've all been there. We all have dark moments and dark thoughts. And out of nowhere, I got a phone call for Jim. I spoke to the committee. We'd like to ask you, would you be a patron for this charity? I tell you what, I started from there, from being down on the ground. I felt like I was flying high, mate. That was one of the biggest privileges I've ever been offered, and I accepted it straight away. I was privileged to be there. I was privileged to be a patron of it, and I try to go up there 3 or 4 times a year just to help promote it. That charity, if you can check it out, Life for Ted Foundation is based in Hull. You can see the amazing things that they do, and I tell you what, it is life-changing for many, many children. It's life-changing for many, many children.
Nice.
Yeah, superb. He's another good guy, Dean. Very nice guy. And he's dedicated a long, long time to that charity. So obviously there'll be links and stuff there that we can put on that people can go and have a look and see that for themselves.
How was it with obviously when you said you wanted it to disappear? First off, did it affect your mental health?
Yeah, it did, because can you imagine 1 minute you're just a normal everyday person. No, sorry, I've never been normal, so I'd have to take that back. One day you're just walking up the street, you're just minding your own business. Next thing you know, people are stopping you, you can't go anywhere. I actually went into my local newspaper shop to buy a newspaper to go to work, and there I am on page 4. I wish it had been page 3, but I'm not that good at it. So, Yeah.
Nothing a bit of cosmetic surgery in Thailand won't solve.
I'll tell you what, I ain't a millionaire, mate. I can't afford that much.
But it's quite interesting to say, because obviously one of the reasons me and Brett spoke about getting you on here is because everyone knows you from the video, that don't know you well, should I say. They all know you from the video. They've all got a thing, and I'm like, there's so much more to Gordon. The Raider's almost like a character, like a superhero character or a villain, whatever you want to call it. But there's more to you. And all the charity stuff you do. I know, like with the single, you donated a lot of money to...
Every penny of that single went to charity.
Yeah.
Every penny.
And not a lot of people will know that. Do you know what I mean?
It actually cost me money.
Yeah.
Because I was working, I was doing the promotions for the thing. I was self-employed, so I had to take time off work. And you know what? I enjoyed every minute of it. Majestic made it fun. I tell you what, doing the video, me, Majestic, and a comedian called Paul Chowdhury, I tell you what, walking through London, what a brilliant. It was, I tell you what, Majestic made it brilliant. And Paul Chowdhury, it was really good fun. Yeah.
Nice. I think, for me, what you sort of touched on just now about you called him a villain, when actually the interesting thing is when you know about the story,
exactly,
you've been vilified, but you're not a villain. Like these guys have basically started on you and caused you grief and baited you out with a camera. Right?
Yeah, and I've actually met them. I've done something for ITV called Britain Sees Red, and I actually met the two blokes when Whitehawk played Wealdstone at Wealdstone. And you know what, the two blokes were absolutely brilliant. They were loaded on by one person. I'm not even going to give him the satisfaction and mention his name, but you know who you are. And you set up to basically ridicule me. And I've made so much money for charity, I've enjoyed it, and who's been ridiculed now, son?
You showed a serious set of minerals that day as well. Like it was a beautiful thing.
Listen, I hate bullies. I was bullied when I was under, as I touched on earlier on. I learned to defend myself, and I think that is one of the reasons the first video took off, because the British people don't like bullies. They like the underdog, and they see that. I think they saw something. I'm not trying to be big-headed or over the top, but I think they saw something in themselves, like the bullies, and the bullies actually getting beaten. So I think that actually touched the British public's persona.
What happened after that video? Because obviously it cuts off there when did they just then back off or?
They backed off. There's a couple of mates, a couple of Wealdstone fans see what was happening. They walked over and they thought, oh, it's all right bullying one little bloke like that. We don't want to take on a few of them. And then, just like bullies do, they walked away when they didn't think they could win.
Who won a football match?
It was a 1-1 draw. And it was boring. And they have got no fans.
Spiced it right up.
We've even bought a few in for you.
Yeah, we've got a couple of fans.
You're not Whitehawk fans, boys.
Come on, Gordon. So we know about that. What are you up to today? Give us like a day-to-day thing, what you do, what you get involved in.
I was at a charity football match last Sunday. It was for a young boy, Ethan, I don't know his second name. He had brain cancer. He died 3 years ago, and Sunday would have been his 20th birthday. So the family, amazing family, arranged every year on his birthday a charity football match. And I was privileged. Dr. Kevin Tupper invited me, and I was privileged to be part of the management team of the day. And I tell you what, thank you for all the people at Sandhurst. Over 2,500 people turned up.
Fantastic.
For this young boy, which I thought was absolutely outstanding. So
3 years after as well. That's nice that they're still getting the support.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
And we got all the other celebrities turned up. All of them donated their own time, didn't charge a penny, and paid their own way there. So it was a lovely, family-orientated day, and what a brilliant day.
Beautiful.
And I'd like to bid up Kevin Cooper for making the day possible, and he done a brilliant job. It got everybody there, and it was like when you done that celebrity thing the other week for your friend Jim. That was an amazing day, and I think you should get the recognition that you deserve for doing that, mate.
Oh, bless you. This is going to turn into the gym podcast, you know that. Thank you, mate. God bless you, honestly.
Anything that
edit that out.
Jim, just cut it.
No, you're not allowed to.
Edit me out completely.
You're not allowed to. I'll get fined for saying all touch, remember?
All you're going to get is me going, thank you. That'd be me done. But I was going to say, they done well to get you at the bar, mate. We could get you at the bar.
I know. People kept buying me drinks. And I'd like to be sociable. I don't like to refuse.
We turn around, where's Gordon? He's in the bar. No, he's right.
I did make it out for a bit.
You did, yeah? Quality,
I got
mate.
embarrassing. I dropped my water.
Quality, mate.
Well, I'd love to just go through that first sort of few months when this actually breaks and it goes live. Like, where does it? Because, like you said, you're an ordinary guy. You're walking down the street one day, and then all of a sudden, like, you start getting noticed. I mean, was it almost instant? Because it went ridiculously big.
Yeah, as I said, for the first 3 or 4 months, it just sort of died down, and then, as I said, it just exploded. And I think when I realised how big it was, this might sound really vain and silly. I was in a step, filling a step up. I was working as a builder at the time, and these 2 women and a mini drove past. They were stunners. They switched up the road, reversed up, came running. I'm not dressed as a builder, tatty as anything. Do you have a photo? Do you have a photo? And these 2 beautiful women were in a photo with me. I'm thinking, what am I doing here? I made it. Then, and yeah, then I realised I started doing places. I started getting invited, doing this pub, doing that. As I said, first of all, I tried to keep her out of it, but as Paul Rumens turned around, everybody else is making money. So I thought, yeah, it's going to happen. You might as well embrace it. It's no good hiding from it. It's out there.
1,000,000%, yeah.
Yeah, so we embraced it. And I said to Paul, I said, listen, I'll do it, but I don't want to do it. I just start earning some money for charity. And then we started doing it, the charity thing. I met a few people. Yeah, and I tell you what, it gives you a fulfilment when you do the charity work. It's absolutely, it doesn't matter. You think you might be having a happy day and you feel down. Then you go to these places, you go to hospice with children's, you go to see the work that these charities do. And you think, you know what, my life isn't that bad. Like, my life isn't
100%.
that bad. And it's really fulfilling. And I'll tell you what, sometimes I wish that video had never been made. But when I do the charity work, and I'm privileged to do it, and I think, yeah, I'm glad that video was made. I'm privileged to be able to do this. I'd like to mention another thing. I went to see a young boy, I hope you don't mind, Motty, but I'm going to mention your name on this, Motty Davis in University College Hospital. And I went there, and remember I was in Great Ormond Street myself for a few years and in and out. And I went to see this Motty Davis, and I ended up seeing him spending the whole most of the day speaking to the patients, the parents. And you know something? One of the nurses turned around to me. She went, "Thank you, Sandra Smith, Sarah Smith or something. Thank you for being here. Normally we get celebrities in here. They take." I said, "I'm not a celebrity, darling, but thank you." I spent about 4 hours there. Most they said they just come in, have photos and disappear. I spent the time. I tell you what, I liked it. I didn't like hearing the stories, but it made me think how lucky I am. Because, as I said, I've been in hospital. I've done, and I'm lucky. I'm healthy. I can work, and I'm privileged to be able to do the charity work. I am absolutely privileged to be able to do the charity work.
Nice, yeah, really nice. Was there any lows? I mean, obviously it was it explodes. Was it? What was the low points and what was the high points?
Getting beaten up was a bit of a low point. Being knocked out, had a bleed on the brain. That was a bit of a low point.
What? Just because
some bloke wanted to turn around and say you knocked the Wealdstone Raider out. But what he didn't say, that I was running for a bus. I had 2 bags of shopping in my hand, and I couldn't even defend. I woke up in an ambulance, went to hospital, found they had a bleed on the brain, which surprised me because I didn't realise I had a brain until that moment. And yeah, so.
But what was it with just unprovoked attack?
Yeah, it was unprovoked attack, so, yeah.
Ever catch the geezer?
The police didn't, but I think the type of my mates did, and he disappeared.
Good.
Get in there, Raider. Get in there, mate.
He was stupid enough to boast about it in a local pub, and the type of mates he didn't like the idea, so he's had to move out the area. Nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with me. But as with them, people knew the SP, they knew what happened, and as I said before, the British people don't like bullies.
No. Do you get a lot of not hate mail? That sounds wrong, but do you get a lot of negativity?
Oh yes, all the time. There's some evil people out there. Evil.
I think that's the internet in general, though, isn't it? I think you read through the amount of times you see anything, and 80% of all comments are negative, and you think, it just don't make sense.
I wouldn't say I say 10% are negatives on my thing, but you're always going to get an idiot. So I think they're just keyboard warriors with nothing better to do, no life. So they haven't got a life themselves, so they have to upset other people. It's just negativity. It doesn't bother. It's anything gives you strength. When the 90% of the people are saying nice things, you don't worry about it. Some things are really evil, and they do get upset. Like, my brother passed away 6 years ago. Exactly a year later, I've got a privacy setting on my phone. So people, if I don't know the number, it doesn't go in, it just goes straight to voicemail. And one day I was in Oxford, I was waiting for someone to pick me up, a taxi to go to a nightclub, and I took a phone call, and someone turned around and went, which is taxi, we're looking for 137 wherever my brother lived, right? We've been driving around here for a year now and we can't find him. That was exactly a year after my brother passed away, and I thought that was too fucking evil.
It's horrible.
Disgusting.
And there was a couple of people in the motor and they were all laughing. I said, I'll tell you what, mate, I bet you're ashamed of yourself. I bet your mum and dad are proud that you were spawned. I said, I weren't going to say born, I say spawned. But hey ho, that's people for you.
There's a lot of trolls out there.
Oh yeah. But as I said, 90% is good. 90% is good. So why worry about 10% of idiots?
Use that 10% as fuel.
Oh yeah. And as I said, listen, I even get insulted for doing charity events. You can't win it, and you just can't win.
Well, that's what I notice online. Like someone would go, right, okay. Like you could turn around there and say, you're going to donate £10,000 to something else. They go, why aren't you donated anything to this? Why aren't you? And you read it sometimes, you go, you never win. Right?
Yeah, you can't. You heard what Brett just said. He's just donating £10,000 to Jim Hemmings.
Happy days, mate. Happy days.
That's towards the Jim Hemmings statue.
Which is long overdue, I'm going to be honest. But do you think, right, obviously we're having a laugh and a joke, but, we've touched on quite a serious subject here, a very serious subject. Do you think that negativity has come from the video, and as we said, people getting the wrong impression, people thinking that that's what you're about, and not the fact that you're responding to being bullied? That's
a hard one. I think even if it wasn't that video, it'd been another video. I think there's haters out there. They've got nothing better to do. They're just sad little people. And I think whatever would have happened, if I'd have been famous for another, or not so famous, whatever way you want to put it, I would have still got the haters. I know people that do charity work and they've not done a video or not that. They still get the haters. Just evil people out there. Unfortunately, that's the society we live in.
The internet's made it very easy to hate. You wouldn't. I don't think it happened when it was face to face.
No.
But now it's very easy to, like you say, the keyboard warriors.
Yeah, and they're bullying. As you said, they can hide behind
fake profiles.
I think there should be some legislation. You should have to have an ID to get either a Twitter account, Facebook, or anything before you're allowed to do it, because it's anonymous. I can start 100 different Facebook pages, and I can insult everybody and just hide behind a persona and just hide. Basically, it's just they're hiding using a different profile and just insulting people because they make them feel hard. So I think there should be some sort of legislation, and you should be able to prove who you are. So if people start hating you and do the hate, they can never come back. There is a way now with the ISP address, or I don't know, I think that's right, where they can chase them. But there's so many and so much to do. I think it should be regulated a bit better. I think social media should be regulated. It's not me. What I feel sorry for is the youngsters nowadays. Like if you haven't got a lot of money and you're wearing the wrong trainers, or you ain't keeping up with the fashion. You get trolled. There's children feeling sorry for themselves, committing suicide because of haters, and there should be more control all over social media to stop that from happening.
Mm.
Was you ever that low with this? What went on? Would you ever sort of hit that sort of low point?
On numerous occasions. Tell you the truth, on numerous occasions. But you know something? There's always something to pick you up. There's always something to pick you up. You've only got one chance in life. This is not a dress rehearsal. You've got to enjoy it. Listen, life is a roller coaster. No one asked to be born. Right? You just dealt with a hand of cards, and you've got to play them the best you can. We've all been low, we've all been high, and we've just got to get on with it and battle through. None of us have ever been asked to be born, so just carry on. And sometimes when you're at the lowest, and there is a stigma about asking for help. There's still...
in men especially.
I was about to say that, yeah, especially in men. If I walked up to a lot of people and said, I've got cancer, I'll have a drink, right? And there still is, I'm really depressed today. We don't want to speak to him. We want to have a good night tonight. We don't want Mr. Depression over it. There is a stigma when you say you're down. You don't really want to admit it. You want to still be one of the boys, and you hide behind it. You hide yourself away, and that's the worst thing. You can always speak. There's always someone to speak to. Always someone to speak to.
I think there was a lot of. a few years ago, there was a lot of high-profile suicides, and there was always a picture taken within a few days prior of them smiling. They look like they haven't got a worry in the world. I think that's the trouble. I think it's becoming more socially accepted to talk about it, but it is still quite taboo.
Yeah, definitely. As I said, when my brother passed away, I was really, really, really down. And I went to the doctors, spoke to a doctor. I didn't want the antidepressant pills. She put me through to a counsellor, started going 1 day a week. First of all, I kept it hidden. I didn't want people to know, as we said, about the stigma. And I thought, sod it. I don't mind. Listen, I'm getting help. And I tell you what, it was amazing. Just sitting there, talking your troubles through to a stranger, something that's not going to hold it against you. I tell you what a relief. I tell you what, it helped me enormously.
It's fantastic. Yeah. And I think that's a powerful message as well. And you're going to have a lot of people that, hopefully are going to view this podcast, and a lot of people that, could be going through their own problems, and they've got to understand that the more, we actually talk about it a lot, almost with every guest that comes on, we always touch on this subject because it's something that's, it means a great deal to me and Brett, first of all. And secondly, we want more people to kind of be like, look, it's okay. We've had all sorts of guys on here. And the same message is always, you can talk to people. There isn't a stigma. You can kind of reach out to people, and there's people there that are in the same boat. There really is.
Yeah, but I think the hardest part is the first part, is actually being brave enough, and it does take bravery to actually go and speak about it, because you feel weak inside. You think, I should be able to deal with this. You can't deal with it. Listen, just go out. You have to. Everybody needs help. No one's an island. Sometimes even if it's battling your fears, and there's Samaritans, there's so many different numbers, so many different people. And you can do it anonymously. You don't have to say your name. You can just say, I'm Joe Blodds from so-and-so, I'm feeling suicidal today. Explain it. You've got a sympathetic ear. You don't have to give your name. You can just be my name's Joe Blodds. I explain the situation. There's people out there for everyone. Apart from Tottenham supporters. Sorry about that.
We'll just wrap it up here, Sean.
Yeah. We've got our own phone lines. Big Angie's on the phone to us, don't worry. He's comforting us.
What was the obviously we talked about the low points. What was the major high points? Because you must have had a lot of fun with this.
Oh, I've had loads of fun, mate. I've had loads. As I said, doing the video with Majestic.
Majestic's a diehard Spurs fan as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, I'll get him off with that one.
He's a good man.
Yeah. I'll tell you the truth, my dad was a Tottenham supporter, so I can't really hate him that much. So. Yeah,
Who do you follow?
I'm going to be kicked off. I'm going to be kicked out of it now. It used to be Arsenal, then I went more to Wealdstone. And
take that egg back, mate.
Right, and even though I don't go to as many Wealdstone games, because I ain't going to say the reason why, because, yeah, it's still Wealdstone. I was born in Wealdstone. It's a football team I support. It's a football team. I just love Wealdstone.
So that's Wealdstone.
Yeah.
That's all right. We can have that. Yeah. We could just about take your mic away if you said Arsenal. Just take the mic. Let you whisper for the rest of the
day.
There must be a statue coming soon at Wealdstone for you as well, isn't there?
I think there's a face in the dartboard at the moment.
It's crazy though, because I'm not being funny. The profile that you've raised for that club. Honestly, everyone knows about Wealdstone. And that's through you.
Yeah, we've had Stuart Pearce and Vinnie Jones, so...
Who are they?
Yeah, it's not all about me. I'll tell you what, the fans there were brilliant. Even when it was going mad, they all stuck by me. There's Neil Rams, I tell you what, he helped me with the social media start. I can name hundreds of Wealdstone fans. When I used to out the matches and it was getting too much for me, they were there for me. They were there, so... I still love the fans, I still love the football club, I just don't like a couple of people there, so...
Fair enough.
You probably find, not being funny, because you're a big character as well, you know, a very big character, you probably find that people higher up in the club, should I say, want to kind of eradicate that because they don't want someone being too popular, do they? They don't want someone to kind of take the shine off of them.
Bigger than the club.
Bigger than the club.
Yeah.
You hit the nail right in the head there. You hit the nail right in the head. As I say, I mentioned no names, but he knows who he is. Yeah. So we had, as I said, the president, he's worked tirelessly. In 1986, when he went bankrupt, he put his own money, Paul Wilmans, saved the football club, and he got kicked out about 2 months ago. He's done everything for that football club. He lived and breathed it, and for some reason they jettisoned him.
Shame, he's a good man, Paul. Very good man.
Yeah. He's helped me out a lot. So, fair play to him.
How was it? Obviously, I see you. You must have done so many appearances. How was it going from? I imagine you was a pub guy, and all of a sudden you seem to be in every nightclub. Like surrounded by birds.
He was doing 4 gigs a day. I'm not kidding you. At the weekend, he was doing 4 on a Thursday, 4 on a Friday.
We didn't know what we were doing, so I got involved in an agency, and basically, it was you know what? I used to sit there and think, oh, you know, these people, they go out, they're partying all the time, they get paid to go out. Oh, and they moan about being knackered. It is bloody tiring. Travelling from one, as Jim touched on, I was doing 2 or 3 a night, averaging 2 or 3 a night, sometimes 4. You're travelling, you're staying in a hotel, and you know yourself, I don't know, when you stay the first night in a hotel, you can never sleep. You can never sleep. And you're doing that, you're doing constantly, and basically, for about 3 or 4 weeks, I was living out of a suitcase. And I tell you what, I was absolutely dead on my feet. And I thought to myself, I don't know how these people do it months and years on end.
And I think, you know, like it ain't just a case of going there. Some people will go there just and sit in a corner and have a bottle of something nice. You're there pretty much being harassed for videos.
I never ever, when I was doing the appearances, you were supposed to do it for an hour. And I would never ever leave someone without a photo. Even if I stayed there longer and I ended up, it's supposed to be, I got told off so many times by the management team that I was working for, oh, you only, the other way, there's people over there want photos. They came here, they've waited. I've been on the other side of the fence. I know what it's like, and I don't want to be the one, oh no, sorry, I'm a prima donna, I've done my hour, I go off now. No, that's not me. If I do it, I try and make everybody feel just normal. I'm a normal person, right? This got thrust upon me, and I like to think, when I do the nightclub appearances, I treat people exactly the same way, that if I was on the other side of the thing and wanted to be waited for half hour or an hour to see this person, had a photo with them, I'd want to be that person to think that man's respected them.
Fair play, mate.
Nice.
Well, you know yourself, Jim, when I came to your place. I didn't just disappear. We had a right good drink. We had a good night, didn't we?
Did I end up legless? I could barely stand.
Well, you only had a pint and a half, didn't you?
Yeah. And it was shandy. No, it's true. Honestly, you know, we laugh and joke, and you know, one thing we do, we have a good bit of humour on here and stuff. But you know, we talk about serious stuff, and to be fair, I've seen that in yourself. You've got a lot of time for people. But listen, what I want to know is, when you go abroad, when you go on holiday, do you get people coming up to you there?
Yeah, I was in Vietnam last year, and it started raining. So me, two of my mates, Neil and Tuis, we went into a bar, and we're sitting there, middle of Vietnam, Saigon, and this bloke walked up to us, and he's about 6'7", right? And he said to me, "Excuse me, are you that? Do you want some, man?" I went, "Yeah." He went, "Would you mind if I have a photo with you? I'm from Singapore, and they love you over there."
Wow.
And I went, "You're 6'7". I don't care where you're from. You can have a photo, mate.
Superb.
So yeah, I've been noticed all it. Maybe it's my boy used to idiots and everybody recognise us. No, I just think it is a right that people recognise me, and yeah, I try.
You've got a distinctive look.
Yeah. When my film comes, I want Brad Pitt's brother to take it, star in it. I've been back in the film.
Who's his brother, Arm?
No, Cesspit.
Quality.
What about? I mean, what are you doing for work now?
I work in a warehouse. Am I allowed to mention the name of the company?
Don't see why not. Yeah.
Called Orbital Fasteners. We're based in Rockford. We sell nuts, bolts, screws, power tools. Yeah, it's good. Next day delivery. Yeah, proper company. The owner there is absolutely amazing. It's a family-orientated company. His dad started it. He's taken over, and you know, the last Wednesday every month we do a percentage of our takings to a charity. I think it's prostate cancer this year, so we do it. He does it every year. He makes a vast amount of money for charities. Great man himself.
Fantastic.
Nice.
Mr. John Wilson. Thank you.
Good man,
John.
Good man, John. We want some nuts and bolts now, John. By the way,
Yeah.
you're on the show. We want some stuff.
Yeah.
Do you want some screws?
Yeah, next day delivery, please.
We'll have some
They'll be here
screws.
tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll have them. Lovely.
No, we don't deliver on a Saturday, sorry. Oh yes, we do. We can get a special driver for you.
That's perfect, mate. Perfect.
And what about now? What's the last sort of few years been like for yourself?
But I've calmed down a bit. I've said I'm getting a bit old now, so I work Monday to Friday. Yeah, Monday to Friday sometimes. Yeah, I've calmed down. As I say, I can't do as much of the charity work that I'd like to, because I just need time out every now and then. So that's what, towards last year, I broke my hip and I went for a bad time, and I just needed this holiday. I really, you know, I just needed my battery recharged. So I went away everybody thinks it's an resort. I just needed a break. I was so drained towards the end of last year. I just had nothing left. I just had no energy. So it affected my charity work. It affected my work. I've taken a lot of time off, set off work. And now I just feel rejuvenated. I feel back to my brilliant best, if there is a brilliant best of me. So yeah, I try my best anyway.
And where was this, Thailand?
Yeah, Thailand.
Nice. And you was telling us off air about potential.
Yeah, I've been offered to run a bar. So yeah, you never know. Watch this space. Within 2 years, you'll be coming to my bar, Raiders Bar in Pattaya in Thailand.
Nice.
Right, I like the idea.
Yeah, very nice.
We'll have to do a follow-up there. Get a week out there. Perfect.
Yes, and I'll tell Miss Hayes all about it, mate. You can't do it away that easy.
No need for that, mate.
Did try, Jimbo.
No
Did
need
try.
for that. It was purely for work and,
Yeah,
interest.
yeah, that's what they all say.
Sorry, Gordon, we didn't realise it was this sort of bar.
Yeah. I'm leaving Wednesday.
Yeah. Did you say what Wednesday, though?
No, exactly right.
Yeah, I imagine. I've never done Thailand, but it looks lovely.
It is. It's not all CDs and everything that was made out, because they will say about you can do bars. I went to bars and there's nothing like that whatsoever. And yeah, it's a pretty beautiful weather. as I touched on earlier on, the flight's a bit expensive, but you stay in a four-star hotel for £30 a night.
Wow.
Food, the food is amazing. If you go there, watch where the locals eat. Go in there, and you know the food's cheap, it's reasonable, and it's safe.
Nice. Yeah, I've heard big things. Like I was saying off air, I've got a friend of mine's moved out there for a year.
Yeah.
Just because it's so cheap out there to live. He sold his house.
Yeah. And it's so laid back. The people are brilliant. I tell you a little story. We've all heard rumours about thieves and ladyboys thieving and everything. A friend of mine, Ant, met him while I was over there. A lot of it's motorbike taxis, because it's easier to nip in and out. So he's jumped in the back of this motorbike taxi. They're driving up the road. Anyway, you see this other motorbike taxi following him. So anyway, the bloke's getting close, so pulled in front of him, and this bloke Ant thinks, oh no, this is going to be a bit of trouble here. Right? The bloke's jumped off the first motorbike taxi that pulled in, walked towards Ant and said, here you go, mate. You dropped your mobile phone when you were jumping in the taxi, when you were getting on the taxi. He must have followed him for about 2 miles, right? And he was a Thai person, right, for about 2 miles to give him his mobile phone back. Right, so Ant came and offered him 1,000 bahts. But said, no. So anyway, Ant said, take it, please. You just saved me. And the bloke didn't even want to take it, but that is the hospitality of the Thai people. Very honest, hard-working people.
See, that's another thing as well. You don't really hear a lot about that, do you? You hear quite a lot of the seedy stuff, and I mean off air you'll have to give me and Brett the bars not to go to all the seedy ones, because obviously we don't want to make a mistake. So you can give them to us off air. But no, all joking aside, it's. I think the more information goes out, it goes back to yourself. The more information that goes out, the more people see the real story. Yeah. That kind of clarifies everything.
Yeah, it's getting bad in everywhere. If you know it's central London and that robbed, it's. I just think the Thai people were absolutely. There's some honest, but as I said, 95% of them were absolutely brilliant.
I say that all the time. We mentioned this before, I'm sure, where my missus will say, what about, let's go to Egypt, and she'll go, God, it's a bit dodgy over there, isn't it? It's like, we live in London. Yeah. Like, you've got more chance of being mugged as you walk out your front door.
Yeah. So, yeah. As I said, I went to Bangkok. They say 1 night in Bangkok. I stayed 2 nights and I loved it, mate. I absolutely loved it. I went to a little bar by the hotel. There was no seediness. There was nothing. Watched the football. Got on with the bar staff. Yeah, it was absolutely amazing. Good. Absolutely amazing. As you said, you can walk into the wrong areas. I seem to do that every night when I was over these days. And now, you know what the areas, it's all mapped out. You speak to people, they'll tell you what to do, where to go to.
Is it mainly expats out there?
A lot of expats. There's a lot of Indians down over there now. That's where I was in Pattaya, and in Patong, Phuket and all round that side of the coast. A lot of Russians are over there. But they're all good people. There's never any trouble. Never any trouble.
They're not going to start in the Raider, are they, mate? You know what I mean? They've seen the video.
Yeah. No, it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. It's cosmopolitan, and the view there and the sand. It's just absolutely amazing experience. Amazing experience.
I want to go, to be fair. I do want to go.
Yeah, you
wait till he opens the bar.
Get your bar going, mate.
Yeah, you should do, mate. You would teach me how to run it. If it's half as good as your pub, mate, I'd be brilliant.
It's another £100, you own.
God, I tell you what, mate, it's turned into the best day of my life. This is, mate. I woke up feeling it, but this is lovely.
All true, Jim. All true.
Oh, God bless you.
He's a good boy, isn't
he? He is. He's one of the best, mate, isn't he?
He's a good lad.
Hey, lads, come on now. Christ.
How big's that door? He's got to get his extra there.
Mate, I'm telling you, boys, I feel like this is their life. I'm waiting for my mum to walk in with "This is your life" book. You know what I mean? So,
who is it, Michael Aspel?
Yeah. That's not my mum, Michael Aspel.
Was it not?
No.
We're only here because we thought you were famous. Come on, Brett, let's start the pub.
Yeah, let's go. Come on.
Anyone fancy a pint?
Yeah. So listen, you got Cameo.
I don't do Cameo. I do it on my official page on Instagram. Just do personal messages, videos. Or you can contact me on my own page, which is Real Raider 1101.
Raider 1101.
And the other one I think is official Wealdstone Raider. So I'll have to check that out and let you know.
We'll put it in the link anyway.
Yeah, we'll stick some links. What about merch? You got merch out? Or?
I'm going to do some merchandising. That's one of the reasons I went to Thailand.
Do you want some?
I do want some.
Yep, you'll get one free, Jim. Don't
Got any
worry.
fans?
That's what I was going to put on your T-shirt. Jim Hemmings, no fans. Got a beautiful wife, though.
I have, yes. Very beautiful wife. I'm owing you lots of money here, mate, aren't I? Get me out of trouble. There you go.
I think I think I'd like to sort of go into a bit more depth, really, on the actual being in and around everything that's happened. Like what's the best thing? Like I know you've done loads of nightclub appearances, but what you must have done some mad, like even like that single. Did it get to number 2?
It got to number 5 in the national. It got to number 1 on iTunes. So,
which is it's massive, yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's, as I said, it was just I enjoyed it. It was a bit of fun, and it made a lot of money for charity. So everyone's a winner.
And did you do some stag do's and?
I've done some stag do's. I've stopped doing them because some of them you're walking into the unknown. Some of the I only had one bad experience. So, but yeah, I might be down to Benidorm at the end of August. So I've still if I like it, I might do them. Yeah, contact me.
What was a bad experience? Tell us. Can you tell us?
Yeah, it was a boat trip with a load of youngsters on the Thames. They're all on that cocaine and that balloon trap. They got a stripper there. They started touching up and feeling up the stripper. In the end, she's ended up. I put her into with the captain, and I had to stand guard. When the boat landed back at London Bridge, the police were waiting.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I thought, I don't need all this crap. Lucky enough, the captain and the stripper turned around and went, no, I helped him. The other people were arrested and we were let go. But it was an environment that I was trapped. Mm. I couldn't get off the boat and I would never do anything like that again. At least now, if I go to other places, I always make sure I've got my money to come home. And so, worst case scenario, I walk out. I walk away from it. So, you got to be careful. You got to be careful with everything you do, really, don't you? So,
Are they sort of obviously trying to get you drunk and throw a load of drugs up your nose, or?
Yeah, I've been offered so many drugs. Years and years ago, when I was in my 20s and 30s, I was a toadhead. I haven't done it since for about 30 years now, but I wouldn't touch it, and you still get offered. I even got offered from a manager of a nightclub. So.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
I know. I've spoken to Naked Martin quite a few times.
Yeah.
And he does all the stag do's, and don't get me wrong, I don't think he turns too much down, but it all sounds quite crazy.
Oh, I don't. Geez, I work for a lot of charities and mostly children's and hospitals.
It's not a good mix.
No, and I don't. Listen, the papers love me. I was destroyed by the Star a couple of weeks ago for a load of lies, but you know what the newspapers are like. They don't let the truth get in the way of a good story. So I wouldn't want anything to say like me on cocaine. If I got caught doing a line of cocaine, I'd use some of the charity work I do. And I wouldn't want that. The only thing, you know what, I don't need the buzz of cocaine or anything else. Because the best buzz you can do, or best buzz I do, is the charity work that I do.
Nice. Yeah, it's good to give.
Yeah, it is, mate, it is. Well, give us £100 you owe me.
There you go, mate. So.
I've bought you an egg.
You bought me an egg.
I think you've been sponsored by him. He's been rolling the egg around, mate. I'm telling you. I've seen them all over.
Like the Easter bunny.
Yeah, I've never seen them like that before. I'll find out tomorrow. He's done like a 50 million deal with them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just trying to get some sponsorship in this podcast.
An egg.
This podcast is sponsored by Cadbury's Dream Egg.
And it hasn't been up Brett's bum either, so that's fantastic.
Oh, God, I want it now.
You're not in Thailand there, Jim. Jesus.
If you were in Thailand, they'd be spitting it out at you.
And that's us off air. Been bigging up Thailand, isn't it? That's it.
I'll tell you the funniest thing I ever seen in Thailand. A round pool table.
Oh, what?
A round pool table. searched it up pool table.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It was trying to play. It was just. I'm not bad at pool. I'm not brilliant, but I just couldn't get my head around it.
Struggle to get into the corner pocket.
Yeah, your head around this round.
I couldn't even imagine that.
No,
I've seen them before. I've seen some crazy shaped pool tables. Yeah.
This was, and there was another one. It was like a 50 pence piece one. It's just amazing, but it's something to get you in the bar.
Mm.
Maybe you should try it in your place.
I might do.
Might get some fans then, Jim.
I need some fans. I need some fans, mate. Definitely, 100%. I don't know.
Sorry, Jimbo. I've been nice to you with all the interviews. So
I know, mate. Do you know? I'm glad because it was getting embarrassing, mate. I was feeling bad. I thought I might just leave and give Brett a bit of attention.
I'm just enjoying it. Just watching how it's done. You know, I feel like I'm in great presence here.
Oh well, you know.
Can you tell us about some other stuff that you've done? Like we know you've done some adverts.
Yeah, I've done some adverts for Sports Direct, which they told me into doing. They were supposed to. It was during when I was doing the single, and the bloke said to me he could arrange for me to do the single for the Newcastle Sunderland game at half time. So I said, right, but they wanted me to do an advert for Sports Direct. No worries. If it's going to help the single boost promotions, yeah. Anyway, I went into London, done the advert. That was a Thursday morning. The Thursday afternoon, they said, we can't get you to the Newcastle Sunderland game because the hospitality manager's on holiday. Well, they didn't know that a couple of hours before, so I said, right, will you donate some money towards the single or towards the charity? That was 10 years ago. I'm still waiting to get the money off them.
Wow.
And you've done the advert?
Wow.
You filmed the advert?
Yeah, filmed the advert. And then they said they pulled the advert.
This was Mike Ashley, I take it, was it?
Yeah, and his brilliant son-in-law, everybody loves that steals money off a charity.
Wow.
Ouch.
Yeah, and the man, yeah. Mike Murray, his name is. He promises, but nothing ever comes of it. So he's a millionaire himself now, because he's a director of one of Mike Ashley's company. He was, at the time, my promoter when I was doing the nightclub appearances. But then he met Mike Ashley's daughter when he was doing the promoting, married her, and not nice person. Sorry, not nice person.
That surprised me. I've got friends who know him well. I don't know him, but never met him.
Ashley or Murray?
Both.
Oh, right, yeah.
But obviously what he's done for Sports Direct,
Yeah.
like the new stores are unbelievable. Like, and I know they've really turned it around. Sometimes I suppose it takes that sort of cutthroat attitude, and that's how it's. You know, it's not how I like to do business.
Yeah,
Well, I
but come
suppose
on, what is $5,000 to Mike Ashley? I tell you what, it'd be like us back down into a shop and buying the tapestry, mate. Come on, I bet he spends more money down than his diesel for his cars.
Planes.
Planes, yeah. So
That surprises me. It really does. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
if they're listening, I'm sure they're going to
Pay up, chaps.
Lads, pay up. You owe the Raiders some money, mate.
not me. It's for the charity, man. I won't run a penny of it. I'm sure Dean Hoddard or any other charity would be daddy have £5,000 given to him by that, and if they want to put the interest in, they can put more on.
Nice.
We'll calculate that for you. We'll work that out.
Yeah. And obviously, do you want to send us some money as well? That's
Yeah,
fine.
because obviously otherwise we're telling everyone. I'm telling everyone.
Yeah, if you want to sponsor a couple of shows, it might be better. We might get better than Tapestry, isn't it, Sam?
We'll be sitting here in a couple of weeks' time in the fully like Sports Direct tracksuit.
I'm good, mate. Yeah, and matching Lonsdale trainers.
Yeah. In my bar in Thailand.
Yeah, mate, that's going to happen. Yeah, if they want to fund the bar, the moves, that'll be. You know, we'll let them off with that.
So, Gordon, I know obviously we spoke about adverts, various nightclub appearances, and you've had a lot of fun. I've heard a rumour a while back about porn.
I was hoping you wouldn't touch this pub. Yes.
That's what they all say.
When it was first started, went up just after we'd done the Sindel, I got approached by this porn star in America. She was just doing her last porn film, and she contacted with my manager Paul at the time. Would I be interested to be flown first class to California in America to star in a porn film with her? And this is I swear on this. I thought about it, but who'd want to watch an old man being paid to watch with a small willy lasting 30 seconds in a porn film? So I had to turn it down. No,
I've never got past 30 seconds in a porn film anyway.
This is a story of my wedding night. That's what my wife said every night.
No, that was with them setting up the cameras and the lights and everything else. No, I just thought, I was offered some really good money, but I just thought, no, I can't. I was with Adele at the time anyway. I don't think she was too happy about it either. So, no, I had to turn it down, but I wish, it's one thing I wish I'd have done now. I really do wish I'd have done it, so.
I think the world needs that.
There's always an OnlyFans.
The world needs that.
The world needs, the Wealdstone Raiders.
Yeah, if there's any porn stars out there, female, I'm not, I've been to Thailand, but I don't like them ladyboy things. Any female porn stars, you've got my email address, and my Instagram is realraider1101, and I will contact you straight away afterwards.
You can always just contact us and we'll
vet them for you. We can vet them for you, mate. We can help you.
Oh, right, so what is it? Try before you buy?
No, but listen, we can do the donkey work for you, mate.
The donkey what?
Is that what they call it now?
We'll do the donkey work, don't worry.
Yeah.
What do they call them? Fluffers. We can be professional fluffers. We can get them all ready. And then in walks the Raider in a great big Emperor outfit. Just throws it on the floor.
Austin Powers.
Oh, yes.
Wig, yeah.
Throws it on the floor.
You've been thinking about this, haven't you?
I have, mate. I'm telling you. This has got legs, mate.
Oh, mate, you just had to do it at the toilet, so something's happening.
Yeah,
I was just going to say, that's why Sonny keeps going to the toilet every 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's a little stir in there, mate.
Oh, yeah.
Something's
It's not my type, mate. Sorry, Sonny.
So the porn, we're just going to clarify this now. So porn, is it definitely no, it's out?
Never say never. If I get the right offer and the room is right, Elbrook, give us a contact.
Elbrook, yep, definitely give us a contact.
Yeah.
Me and Brett will have a little chat with you and then vet you for Gordon because we only want the best for you. You know that, don't you?
Oh, thank you, Jim. You're so kind-hearted. I know you've got my best interest at heart. Thank you.
Love you. Me and Brett are going to look after you there, mate. Don't worry. So Elle definitely reach out to us. Hashtag Elle.
She's definitely not ever going to speak to me then now. Here we go. Any female porn stars, if you want some, I will give it you. You want some?
Well, I'm aroused. I'm definitely aroused.
He's definitely flickering.
I'm aroused. I need one of those fans on me, mate. Also, one thing we want to touch on, we've heard about, you've been calling out members of the Fury family.
Tyson and Frank and the guys here.
You want some? You think you do with me?
No, definitely not.
You want some?
Get him. He's the one who wants some.
You want some or no? I done the Tyson Fury thing, a few years ago now. What it was, I was doing a charity boxing match, Box to Win, and I was training for it, and I don't know how. I think Box to Win put it on their website, and Tyson must have viewed it. So his first fight back, he turned around and said on his Instagram, I'm going to train like the Wealdstone Raider. So, of course, I got involved with his PA. Tyson didn't know nothing about this, and arranged to go up there. And I was supposed to have a go at Ferrari, whatever his name is, Ferrari. And at the last moment, I decided to go up to Tyson. And I don't know what went in my head that moment, but yes. And Tyson loved it. And that was in the press conference. And then a couple of months ago, Tommy was fighting KSI. And I've done a bit of work with KSI, and I think he's brilliant. he's very he does a lot for charity that people don't realise. So I thought I'd have a bit of fun and talk about Tommy. And then I got invited to that Manchester and watched that fight. And I think I did win that fight.
I think that'd be a close fight, you and Tommy, to be fair.
I'd beat him. I'd tell you
I'd
what.
like to see that happen.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll fight Tommy, and then if Tyson wins these belts, I'll fight him afterwards. How's that?
Good, mate, I'm telling you. I don't know if we'll take that. I don't think he wants any live challenges at the moment, mate.
No.
You might calm that down a bit.
Yeah, it bottled up from me twice now, so third time lucky twice.
Do you like the boxing?
Yeah, I do. I don't. Yeah, I've done it when I was a kid. As my dad taught me to when I was being bullied. But yeah, I don't mind it.
Nice.
Anyone you watch now? Who do you follow? Anyone?
Not really. If it's on, it's on. I'd like to say something. One of my heroes I actually met a year ago in your pub gym, Michael Watson. What a true gentleman! I tell
Very
you
good
what,
guy.
I idolised him when he was younger, and to meet him was I've never been in. I'm not really in awe, but I was in awe that day, and I was actually too shy. It's you that made me go up and speak to him. I didn't want to. I was too scared. Not too scared, but I was in awe of the man. And because when you meet your heroes, you think, will they live up to the expectations? And I tell you what, that man lived up to the expectations. More, he doubled it. I tell you what,
so positive.
So positive after being what happened to him. What a true warrior and what a true gentleman.
We had him on the show, and he was talking about his life. And then, like I said, I've heard the story thousands of times, but it always inspires me, and it always makes you think: how can we moan about what we're going through?
Yes.
How can we moan?
I've been making excuses about going for a run and trying to get fit again, and we've done a podcast, and Michael's talking about when he'd done the marathon. I went home and went for a run. I was like, Aaron, why am I putting this off?
Yeah.
He inspired me, and I think he's inspired millions.
Oh, definitely.
I don't think his story's been spoke about enough. I think
without a doubt. As I said, I spoke to that man. It was a hot day. I carried him water. I tell you what, that man couldn't thank me. And it was as if I'd given him the keys to Button and Pace. Because I just took him a bit of water because it was a really hot day or a drink. I tell you what, he made me feel like a king. Right, and I'm just a normal. I tell you what, that man is a bloody hero.
He's a good man.
I second that. So it was a hot day. You bought him water, but you didn't have no fans.
We had no fans in the pub.
No, you had fans outside. You actually took him, man, to make sure and sheltered him. You actually looked after him because he was a bit hot. Yeah.
Hey, I thought I'd do the right thing. See? If it was Brett, Brett would have cared less, mate.
I think that might have been Helen. Sorry.
Oh yeah, it might have been Helen. Yeah, I didn't know we had a fan. To be honest.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the truth. And I met him. I've met Chris Eubank, and he ain't as arrogant as he made that. He's actually and Nigel Benn. So yeah. Yeah, it's all good.
I've seen a lot of bad press about Eubank the last year or so, but I think people don't realise he's been through a hell of a lot as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, listen, to use a son like he did.
Yeah.
I tell you what, when I'd met him at Hope for Heroes thing in Cornwall, RAF base. He was brilliant, absolutely, had time for everybody. He makes out he's an arrogant. He isn't. And then I was playing for a celebrity football team, and this woman, Terene Flowers, loved Chris Eubank, and so I asked Chris if he would do a video for her, and he kept putting it off. And anyway, we went through Gatwick Airport, and I said to my mate Mike said, "Oh, he's forgotten about it. He's walked off." I went, "No, it's the same, no, really." Guess what? On the other side of the gate, there he was, Chris Eubank. Sorry, I wanted to get through before everybody else. Can we just go over there to do your video, please?
Oh, fair play.
Nice.
And he says to me, he said, and my mate had to go back because his son broke his head that day. And Chris Eubank said to me, I'm going to Brighton, but if I can drop you, my manager or my assistant picking me up, can I drop you down at a train station so you can get home quicker, or go if you want to stay near me? And what a brilliant man! What a brilliant man! What a brilliant man!
See, that's another thing. I think you've got a certain opinion of Chris. You see the way he fights, the way he conducts himself, the way he dresses. But if you to actually sit down, speak to the fella, the real him, I think, would come through. If you let him open up and talk about his life, his tragedy. Listen, I think that's someone that suffered mental health as well. You think of what he's gone through.
Massively, yeah.
So, but
even on the back of Michael's,
100%.
Like that's affected him in such a big way.
Yeah, definitely.
And it would, wouldn't it?
Oh, definitely. He was never the same afterwards, was he?
No.
Sorry to jump in. We had an event with Eubank and Nigel Benn, and I surprised the pair of them by bringing Michael Watson on.
Yeah.
And I can honestly say it's something that I wish I didn't do, because Chris fell apart. Chris wouldn't let go of his hand. Chris he wasn't interested in the interview anymore. He didn't want to talk. Him and Nigel were having some good banter, but he didn't want to talk anymore. He was so transfixed on Michael, hold it, are you okay? And that was it. Then we were lost. Spencer Oliver was trying to do his best to interview, but he was gone. Chris had gone. He was in the world with Mike.
Yeah.
And I wished at that moment I would have realised probably the impact it had on him, what happened, because you don't think about it, you know?
No, you think, but professional boxers, but I tell you, he actually touched on that story. He actually touched on that when we was beating in this Hope for Heroes thing in Tormal, and he said it did affect him in the boxing ring, because he always thought about Michael. And that
I think you could see him. He wouldn't finish the fight, would he? You could see another 3 punches he's done, and he was always holding back.
Yeah, he said that in the mind. He wanted to, but in his back of his mind, he just couldn't do that last punch.
Yeah.
So he's a great man. He's a demand. He is a demand. It just, as he said to me, he said at the time they had Michael. Everybody loved Michael, the People's Champ, this, that, and the other. You couldn't have 2 People's Champ. He had Nigel Benn, the warrior, the soldier. So he had to be something different. He had to be the showman to get people. He said he made people hate me. To people paid money to see me get beaten. And the more flamboyant I got, and the more obnoxious, the more people wanted to pay to see me get beaten. As he said, you had Michael Watson, the People's Champ, which I think he still is. Nigel Benn, the warrior, the ex-soldier that everybody loved. So he had to be something different. And when I spoke to Trish, I see an actual different side to him. I actually see a different... And he is a really nice person.
And he plays that showman side well as well, doesn't he? He's like even with that big truck, it's crazy, flamboyant to the best. It's...
Right, we were in Newquay Airport, and this made me laugh. He was telling us how much money he's made in the boxing ring, and we went up to the canteen to buy a cup of coffee. He ordered this cup of coffee and pretended I ain't got no money on me. So my mate had to buy him a cup of coffee. And my mate Mike, that's his claim to fame now. I'd bought Trish Eubank a cup of coffee in Newquay Airport. But as I said, he waited for us to do that video. I got plenty, and I've met him since. Plenty of time for the man. Plenty of time.
Nice. Good. Jim does that with the coffees, to be fair, as well. So
I'll tell you what.
Yeah, it's true.
I was there with Trish for about an hour. He must have had 20 cups of coffee. Oh,
he weren't paying, mate, was he?
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Even when we were in the thing, he was just drinking coffee. No wonder he's so lively and always on the move. He's caffeinated up to the hilt. But as I said, lovely man.
I think that probably comes back to when they're training as well, because 9 times out of 10 they're probably making weight. They can't eat very much. I think coffee's their sort of substance. So I think they're, I don't think they get out of that really. No, don't get out of that.
Oh, he's addicted to coffee. I'll tell you what, I'd be flying on, mate. I'd be on the roof if I drank half a cup of coffee. You don't.
I've never had one. I've never had a coffee.
You're joking?
No,
that's a big statement, mate. That's a big statement.
Never had it. Never had one.
Never full stop.
Never.
That's a big statement. I think I've never met anyone in this world that's never had a cup of coffee.
Well, hi.
Wow.
Here I am.
We need to do a show. Hey, boys. No coffee up here.
Right. Can we have the next show sponsored by Nescafe, please?
Yes. Please, can we get some money to get Brett a coffee?
Don't worry, I'll buy you a coffee, don't worry.
Much appreciated.
What Let's carry on with that. Why don't you like it?
Do you know what? I think as a kid, I was forever like, my dad would be forever like, Brett, go make me a coffee, please. Like a really deep voice. Probably because he drank so much coffee. And so it'd be like, coffee. And I think, fucking go make another coffee. Like, and just the smell of it, just for me, it was like, I was same as he was a whiskey drinker. And I've never tried whiskey. I've never done whiskey. Like, I never, it's just the smell of it, just as a kid, just put me off. Like, never done drugs in any shape or form. Never done no cocaine, no nothing. Boring geezer I am. Should I go now?
Yeah.
I might as well go now.
Listen,
What church do you worship, Mike?
the coffee was a revelation. I mean, everything else is bosh. I can just see the headlines. I've never had coffee or cocaine. Mate, crazy.
I was just trying to highlight how boring I am. I think I got that across.
Sadly, I've done everything. I mean, I still have coffee now, but I've done everything.
Yeah, same with Snap. And I'll tell you one thing I did up in Thailand. The iced cappuccinos. In the morning, you know, when you had a few beers the night before and you get that deep, hard throat.
Sorry.
Hang about.
Is this where you got to the wrong bar again?
Wait a minute, mate. If I don't mind. Matron. Listen here.
Exit stage there, please.
Yeah.
All right. You know, when
minutes.
you've had the sore throat.
Yes, mate, yeah. We're familiar with that.
Right. The iced coffee and the heat.
Yeah.
In the morning, it went down beautiful, mate. I tell you what, I used to walk McDonald's just for the iced coffee with the syrup. And in the end, I didn't realise we had a waiter there that done them. He's not supposed to, but he's done them. It was 80 bahts, so I used to give him 100 bahts, and I used to just tap the button on the phone, and within a minute, I had the iced coffee there. They were earning. They had earned basically the two of them. £200 a month. So I didn't realise I was leaving 500 bahts for the tuna. That was 2 days' wages for the bird. She loved it. And a couple of days I didn't have my room cleaned. She was all done. I thought, how are you? I thought you'd be happy. And then I realised because she ain't getting. So at the end of the thing, I had about 2,000 bahts, £50. I just left it there for the tunas. Man, can't take it home, there's no good at home.
No, that's right.
So, no, I just left it there.
Nice. Like you say, you change someone's life out there. Like.
Yeah. And we, as I said, that life, Dean Hoddard was over there doing things, he actually does charity work over there, looking after children. So it says the measure of the man, how brilliant he is, doesn't it, really?
I met him a few years ago, Dean. We took the heavyweight boxer up to Hull and had a boxing match, and that was for Life for a Kid. I met him there, and I mean, we're talking a good few years ago, and he's still just as committed now, isn't he?
Oh, if it's not, it's better, mate. He's just, everything. He's run over there. I think he does the All Stars rugby team thing now. I think he plays for them. If he ain't doing that, he's doing. His momentum is just on charity. And you know something? I think he got a British Empire medal last year.
Yeah.
Tell you what, if anyone deserved it, it was him.
Yeah, good guy.
A brilliant guy. And he'll hate me if he gets this podcast. He'll hate me for saying this about him.
It's good because we're going to tag him. We'll put loads of tags so he sees it, mate. We're going to make sure he sees it.
Oh, no,
we're going to leave the bit out about the deep, hard throat, though.
Oh, thank you. No, that's what I was talking about Dino. He was the one that was there doing it. I'm like, why do you think I'm bigging him up so much? Hey, Dino!
As known as the human Dyson.
Yeah.
Guac 3000.
There's my patroncip.
Yeah, I don't think we can use any of this, mate. Anyway, don't worry.
Brilliant.
Quality.
Well, I must say, Gordon, it's been a lot of fun, this one, mate. Really appreciate you coming down.
Listen, I have been privileged to be invited. Thank you both. Thank you very, very much. And now, me and Jim are going to have a cup of coffee.
Here we are, mate.
You can't finish without giving everyone a little.
It's got to happen.
It's got to happen.
All right, listen, I've never said this before. You lot have got fans, but don't worry. If you want some, I'll still deal with you. You want some?
Get in there.
Well
What
done,
a pleasure,
Gordon.
mate.
Top
What a
man.
pleasure. Good man, Gordon.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for sharing your story with us, mate. Phenomenal.